Hi, this is Mark Wade from Berkshire Hathaway, Fox and Roach Realtors, CenterCityCondos.com. And in this podcast, I'd like to give you my 2 thoughts and 2 cents on the Ritz Carlton, located at 1414 South Penn Square in the 19102 zip code. Okay, built from the ground up. The Ritz Carlton sits on the parcel that used to be a high-rise that caught on fire, some 20 years ago. And when that was torn down, the Ritz Carlton sprang up some 10 years later. I'm a huge fan of the Ritz Carlton. I got to tell you, I love this place. I think the units are beautiful. I think the services are phenomenal. Front desk staff to the valet, everybody's just so nice, of course, and the building's kept beautifully. Across the street, what's nice about the Ritz Carlton is finally Dilworth Plaza across the street at City Hall is just being finished up now, and that's really going to add a lot of a sense of community, I think, to the neighborhood. Let's see, what can I tell you about the building? Okay, there are 270 units total, built around 2005. The smallest one bedroom's just under 900 square feet, and there are penthouse units there that go up to, huge, 5,000-6,000 square feet, something like that. In the condo fees, the HVAC, it's a 4-pipe system, which is common for newer buildings, so the heat and the central air are included in the condo fees. You just pay for the little electric motor inside to blow it into your unit. Doorman and water sewer and, like I say, heat and central air and management and building upkeep and common electric, all included in the condo fees. I don't see a lot of here's one of the reasons why I like the Ritz-Carlton. I don't see a lot of substitutability in terms of Class A buildings in a neighborhood that I think is growing as far as the expansion of wealth away from Rittenhouse Square. I mean, keep in mind the square is still the square is still the square. However, we're seeing a kind of the expansion of wealth, and certainly that includes the Ritz Carlton. Where we're finding some high end sales, some beautiful units. A lot of units at the Ritz Carlton are corner units, but floor to ceiling windows. Just I don't see a downside to the Ritz Carlton. I mean, come on, it's tough not to like the place, not to like the building. Let's see. What else can I tell you? High walk score. I think most people would probably compare this building to, if there were a comparable building, probably 10 Rittenhouse, maybe 2 Liberty, but I think 10 Rittenhouse is probably going to be the most comparable thing there. Let's see, what else can I tell you about the building? Beautiful gym and swimming pool. The common areas on the second floor. The community room is phenomenal. The outside space there is pretty groovy. Again, the gym and the pool, top notch. Everything in the building's top notch, and I think the people who buy there have a some kind of deal with the Ritz Carlton, the hotel chain, where they're treated like kings and queens whenever they go to a Ritz Carlton somewhere in the world. I never really quite figured out what that was, but it's a perk nonetheless, I would guess. At least I would like it. Anyway. As the Ritz-Carlton gets close, I mean, it's probably one of the hottest selling, if not the hottest selling building in town. I'm talking right now, late 2014. That's been going on for a while. They're just knocking these things out left and right. Value is heavily contingent upon floor height, as it is in all new construction buildings, from 10 Rittenhouse to the Murano to the Phoenix to the Waterfront Square. Values in new construction buildings are heavily pegged upon floor height. The views, if you're facing north, the views look out onto Dilworth Park and City Hall. If you're facing south, which would be either the A or the H units, they're both 2 bedrooms, they're going to face a little bit more city oriented. So great building. I think it's a strong value. I would be hard pressed to believe that at the price that the building is selling for, which I think is pretty darn good, I just don't see the risk of the investment. If I look over my 25 years experience and I see why and when people buy and how they buy and why they buy and on and on and on, I just can't, the current pricing structure at the Ritz-Carlton, I just see such little substitutability that I have a hard time believing that there's much of a risk there. Unless the whole, East Coast goes to hell in a handbasket, then we're all screwed. But other than that, I think the building is situated in a location that is becoming more residential. South Broad Street, 10 years ago, you wouldn't have want to been on South Broad Street maybe 15 years ago at, 2 in the morning on a Saturday. Go hit South Broad Street after midnight on a Saturday night, and that place is hopping. And the nice thing is the Ritz Carlton's right around the corner from it. So you're close to the action, but you're not in the action. You see what I mean? So anyway, this is Mark Wade. Questions, comments, or concerns, you pick up the telephone, you push the buttons on the front of it, 215-521-1523. Give me a call and let's chat. And if you have any interest in seeing any units at the Ritz Carlton, I'm happy to help you out. Thank you.